Next up is the fact check. I don't even care about facts. I just want to get in your pants.
Do you want me to bore you with some mechanical stuff?
Oh, boy. We're already so tired, but sure.
Okay. We are both drowsy.
I know.
What's your explanation? Well, yours is the weather. I guess I don't even need to ask.
But yesterday, the weather was top tier, gorgeous, and I was exhausted.
Yeah, so my explanation is I flew 7 a.m. flight on Friday to Nashville. So that's up at 4 a.m. to get in the car at 4:45 or whatever. Received my pontoon boat.
Oh, wow.
I don't deserve it. It's too nice of an item for me. I was just like, I don't deserve this. It's so nice.
Wow.
It's so nice. I hit a button and the whole canopy goes up. The sound system is insane. It's the best sound system.
That's great.
That I've ever heard. So many creature comforts. I love it. I did put up the Bimini and cranked the music and walked around the deck for a while and just pretended I was kind of hanging out.
Okay.
My friend Tyler made the funniest joke. I bet it's big in the boating world, but I'd never heard it. He said, it's the most fun you can have on a floating patio. And I was like, that is what a pontoon boat is. It's a floating patio. It's just a perfect rectangle.
Great.
Okay, bored. And then a lot of busy work readying stuff to depart. Whatever. Then I drove. Also, and my nose blowing's back a bit because my nose was so full on day 2 of the motorhome drive back. So clogged. Really clogged.
Well, maybe you have a bug.
No, I think I might have a bug.
I think I have a bug.
Yeah, it's probably a bug. So, yeah, and then drove 2,000 miles and got home and got at it. Yeah, and just a bit exhausted. Okay, so as you were dying to know, what mechanical things happen on the bus?
Oh, that wasn't it?
No, nothing's happened so far.
Oh, I thought just the mention of the boat was mechanical.
Was enough about the bus.
The bus, yeah.
All in all, least amount of shit broke that ever has.
Great.
Inside of the front door, all of the molding, which is a big chunk because it's got a power shade in it, that thing came off.
Okay.
So that was flopping. Then it broke. Still not bad. Rear toilet, my bathroom toilet, no power. Took the switch out of the middle bathroom, plugged it into the back one. Okay, it's not the switch. Get home, start reaching out to the dudes I know that build the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a gratitude and a grievance.
Okay.
So grateful they talk to me and they help me every time.
Mm-hmm.
So grateful. But I'm talking with a newer guy and I feel like he underestimated my mechanical ability.
Okay.
So I'm like, where does this plug into? Maybe the module's bad, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, no, there's a fuse panel under the bed. And I go, okay. I look under the bed. There's no fuse panel visible. So now I'm going under the bed, and it's an electric bed. So I can't remove the mattress and look under it. It's all bolted down with this huge, heavy frame. That's 2.5 hours yesterday to get under the bed and get all the little plates off of things to find these fuses. Finally, I'm like, I film it. I'm like, there's no fuse panel under here. And I think he thinks I just can't find it. Then I start showing him videos like, I've taken apart everything. Oh, wow. So he's like, that's interesting. The only other place it could be is X, Y, and Z. Go there this morning. Look, no. Then there's this huge panel with all these other fuses on it. And I send a picture and say, before I take this off, do you think it could be behind here? They say, no, absolutely not. I take it off anyways. It's in there. Oh. After 3 days of searching for this fuse panel, I found it buried in a wall behind this other huge panel. Plugged it in. I have power in the back. Flushed it. It popped the fuse. TBD, more to come.
Wow. Okay. Can't wait.
I know. While I'm boring you, let me bore you a little more.
No.
I didn't get to a couple things last fact check.
But I want to talk about my toilet.
Oh, okay. Tell me about your toilet before we move off the toilet topic.
So my plumber is at my house doing some repairs. Now, I had to leave in the middle.
Yeah.
And of course,
That's a tricky sitch.
It's a tricky sitch. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think you just had to do what you had to do, which is go to work.
Exactly.
So there's really nothing to think about. Is it ideal? No.
It's not ideal, right?
It's not ideal.
And I
don't think he's going to steal from you.
Either do I.
He's too obvious of a suspect.
Either do I. And he's a very nice man.
Do you know him prior to this, or is this his first trip over?
No, he's come over before. He's like the building plumber.
Okay, then I'm not too worried.
I'm not too worried. I just, it is weird to leave your apartment or house and leave a stranger in there.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd recommend it, but it is what I did, and I do feel a little uneasy about it.
It's fine. What do you think could happen? He'll look through your stuff?
I don't know. There's nothing even specific. It just feels
weird.
A little icky.
Yeah, icky.
Yeah. And I already have anxiety, as we talked about.
Right.
I have anxiety today.
Yeah. Premature death anxiety.
Yeah. I heard a very sad story.
Yeah.
I'll tell it. I'll tell it quickly. You told that. I can tell this.
Well, mine didn't make you sad, did it?
Sad that I had to listen to it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, there's a makeup influencer that I follow that I really like. She had a new makeup video, so I clicked it, and it wasn't a makeup video. It was a very sad story about someone passing away in her family suddenly and unexpectedly. Very sad. So then I just started, this is how my brain works, right? Like sometimes something will happen. It's not every time. Sometimes I'll hear a story or something will happen sort of in the zeitgeist or in the news that will spark like a spell of anxiety for me.
Right.
And it's just like everything comes to the surface of all the bad stories I've ever heard, the scary stories, the unexpected.
So it's just rumination on scary stories.
Like the way life is so scary and unfair.
God, I'm
and
sorry
bad.
you have that.
Thank you, me too. Yeah, so my brain is filled with a lot of bad stories right now. And then I try to tell myself, like, this is what happened. You heard this story and it's why you're feeling like this and it's okay. But I'm also like, I'm pretty smart. So when I say it's okay.
Yeah. You start poking
it's like
holes
there's
in
a dumb, when people have angel and devil on their shoulder, mine's like I have a stupid mouse and a smart mouse. And
those smart mouse wearing glasses?
Yeah, obviously.
In a graduation gown?
And holding a little pen, like a quill.
Yeah, right. Really studious.
Yeah. And the stupid mouse is just wearing undies.
Sure, that are inside out.
Yeah. And she says, the stupid mouse is like, it's Monica, it's fine, it's going to be okay. And then the smart mouse is like, what makes you think it's going to be okay? It's not okay. This is life. This is what happens.
Yeah.
And then the stupid mouse is like, I guess that's true, but also you just have to accept it. And then the smart mouse is like, well, that's not helping. The acceptance isn't helping me feel better.
See, I would reverse those two mice. I think it's the dumb mouse.
Don't say that about the quill girl.
Listen, it's the dumb mouse who is saying you need to be afraid of dying. And you need to be afraid the people you love are going to die. And then the smart mouse goes, you're ignoring the odds. You're just refusing to look at the odds, which is like 1 in a million you're going to know somebody who dies of an aneurysm. Yeah,
but it's actually not, it's not as pointed as that. It's not like, well, it does obviously start morphing into like my life and people and being scared, but it's actually more like the weight of the world. That the world has very upsetting things happening all the time. And I can walk through life ignoring that most of the time.
Yeah.
But then when it's like shoved in my face, I am forced to remember that that's part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. It's like just overwhelm.
But even, I hear you, but even that, if you took your 37 times 365 days you've been alive.
What if I just was doing this the whole time?
Just gently knocking the whole time as you heard this. But I can't do that. You've hit the limits of my fast math. I mean, I could, but it would take me 5 minutes.
All right. We don't have to do that.
But suffice to say, over 37 years, that's 3,700, 37,000. It's over 150,000 days that no one you love has died.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, your grandpa died.
Well, no.
One day.
I know people who've died.
Out of 100.
This isn't that helpful.
Okay,
like, it's not helpful to.
I just think the smart mouse should be the one that points out the actual odds in the data you've accumulated so far.
That's not how emotions work.
Right. The emotions are for the dumb mouse. No. I'm just asking you to flip the roles of the mice.
I know what you want me to do.
I think the dumb mice sees scary stuff in the news and gets really scared because they saw it. And then the smart mouse goes, yeah, but it's because you're seeing things from all over the world. There's 7 billion of us. You're seeing, it's very misleading.
But it's not misleading that the world has pain in it.
No, that's true. The world does have pain.
That's what the smart mouse is saying.
As the world is suffering.
So
the mouse is Buddhist.
Well, obviously. The smart mouse is like, yes, this world has so much pain and suffering, and it's part of it.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's true.
And I know you can't think your way out of it. I get that. But also, another angle I would framing is, yes, life is scary. It has moments of heartache and pain. So when you're not in those, they're coming. They're coming. And on that day, you get to experience what that is. But to waste any of the days that aren't those days is a little dishonoring to the days where there isn't any suffering.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't help.
I know. It doesn't really help. It's okay. Sometimes you have anxiety.
That's right. Some things I saw and thought of on my trip.
Okay.
I was at an In-N-Out in Barstow, and I was in the bus parking. And so other buses were arriving with people that were on tours. And there was a German group on a tour of conceivably the USA. Oh, and they were stopping at In-N-Out. And the organizer of the trip was wearing an In-N-Out paper hat.
Cute.
Yes. And one of the German women had a shirt on that said, New York dreams, Brooklyn vibes.
Wow. So they had already gone to New York.
Clearly.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what that means.
Brooklyn vibes is like...
You're chill?
Yeah, it's more hipster.
And New York dreams, you want to be on Broadway?
New York dreams is
or finance?
Big city dreams. It's like
big city dreams, backwater vibes.
Yeah, I don't know about backwater, but like it's like saying Hollywood dreams, Los Feliz vibes.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have that shirt.
Well, they wanted it.
Okay. I was watching Turning Point, which I was trying to tell you about in the last fact check, the history of the Cold War. No, you're going to like this one.
Okay.
This is about the power of media.
Okay.
Okay. So Ronald Reagan was ratcheting up the nuclear arms race really dramatically.
Okay.
He really wanted to get leverage over Russia. He was war hawking. I've talked about this before. There's the only thing my mother never let me see in my whole childhood, The Day After.
Yeah, it was a movie.
It was a movie about what the day after a nuclear holocaust would look like.
Yeah.
And 100 million Americans watched it.
Wow.
It still has the record of the most viewed
ever
TV movie ever made.
Wow.
100 million Americans watched it. Ronald Reagan watched it. He was profoundly moved, and he changed his course.
Really?
Yes.
And he backed off.
He did. And so began...
Holy shit.
A more collaborative approach to nuclear disarmament. And I was like, we want to talk about the power of fucking movies and media?
I know.
100 million people see this thing, and then the president completely changes course.
Yeah.
Like, don't underestimate it. Putin was obsessed with these KGB movies that were popular when he was a kid. He was trying to live out this thing he saw in a movie.
Right. So this circles back sort of to an ongoing debate we have. Not really, because I think we sort of agree, but the power of media is very extreme. And so then do we have a responsibility if we are participating in the media? Like if we're members of the media, is there a responsibility? Like if you're a filmmaker or you're a podcaster or a whatever.
I don't think so. I think you make what you're drawn to. Whoever made The Day After was into making that kind of movie.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then so they did that well. But I think to give yourself a cause. Now I have one that's clear to me here.
Yeah.
Which is openness, vulnerability,
Poops.
Trauma, poop.
Yeah.
But I don't think do you think people have to have a...
No, I don't think you have to have a cause.
Because I don't really trust everyone's thing that they want to move.
No, I don't mean have a cause necessarily. I guess I'm saying, what if they had made a movie that was like what if it had made Ronald Reagan like blow up everything?
Yeah, right. Right.
That's possible.
Yeah, this one clearly was fearful, as everyone should be, of a nuclear disaster.
Yeah.
Several times, the people in charge have been told that the other side had launched missiles. That's happened several times.
Ugh.
Thank God this Russian dude, he just refused to do it.
Yeah.
His computer was telling him that we had launched 200 nuclear warheads that were inbound and would be there in 8 minutes. And you just got to pray that no one ever responds. Because like I hate to tell everyone this, but if I'm in that job and I see that Russia has launched the entire arsenal on us, my reaction is not to kill all them people.
Right.
Like,
what's it going to do?
What's it going to do?
Yeah.
We're all dead.
Exactly.
This isn't going to undead us.
Yeah.
And I'll just be responsible for killing hundreds of millions of people.
That's how I feel.
I hope that's how everyone feels.
They don't. A lot of people are like, yeah, you're getting us, we're getting you.
Yeah.
Did you finish Paradise? James Marsden, friend of the pod.
Yes. Friend of the pod.
So it had an element to that. Spoiler. I won't say anymore.
Tell me.
Remember, like he decides.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That show was great, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it.
Last thing on my trip,
okay.
I watched the disappearing and murder of one of these girls. It's really,
Abby Petito or something?
Abby, yep, that's the one.
Yeah, I see it pop up a lot, but I haven't watched it. I don't think it's good for me to watch during my anxiety stuff.
No. Okay. I forget the people's nams.
It's Gabby Petito.
Gabby and her, I don't want to say his name.
Okay.
And her boyfriend, they're going to go out and they're going to have like a vlogging. They're going to live in a van and they're going to be YouTube people. Mm-hmm. And at some point, they're on the side of the road and the police are called because a motorist saw him hitting her in the car.
Right.
They pull up on them, or they pull them over. He was swerving. He's got some cockamamie story, blah, blah, blah. During the interview with the police, the guy who observed the hitting, he said, well, the gentleman was hitting the girl.
Oh, my God. He's like trying to be like PC about it.
Well, it's so weird. Like you call a woman a girl and then you call guys beating the shit out of a woman a gentleman.
I know.
He really flipped this.
He did. It was an accident.
I think maybe, you go into like police speak.
Yeah,
like you think that's how the cops talk?
Exactly. I think that's what is happening. He like feels.
But then he should have said the gentleman was hitting the victim or something. He should have said the gentleman was hitting the girl.
I don't think he was equipped to really do this.
No, he's probably nervous being in it. I heard that line. I was like, oh my God, hold on. Did you just say the gentleman was hitting the girl? I don't think that you could say that.
Yeah, that guy should be canceled.
Okay, that you're now relieved of all my housekeeping from the bus trip.
No, I loved those last ones.
Okay, good. The crazier part of that story is like he comes home, she's missing.
Yeah.
The parents
of the gentleman or the girl?
Gentleman hit her. The gentleman abuser.
Uh-huh.
And they let him live at home for 2 weeks. And then when the cops come, they go, you can't talk to our lawyers. Like they get very involved in protecting him.
Oh.
And then they find this letter between the mom and the son that predates this. That was like, I love you so much. If you killed someone, I'd get a shovel and bury the body with you and all this stuff. It's really kind of like a look at what people do for their kids. I would do some terrible stuff for my kids. I can relate.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
I don't like that.
I know, but I have girls. It's hard. It's a little less scary.
I know, but like, okay, on The Pit show I watch, there is this gentleman. There's a storyline with this woman, and she comes in with her son. She's sick. The woman is sick, and the son brings her in, and the son has a very reclusive and
lives in the basement, maybe.
Yeah, but he's in school. He's in high school. Anyway, she's sick and she's throwing up, and then at one point they realize, or she says, I've been poisoning myself to come so that he would bring me here because I think there might be something going on with him. And then
this is a crazy plot line.
No, it's
going to
not.
call the cops?
No, because she feels like that's a huge betrayal. She feels like the hospital can't get him arrested.
Of course they can, but continue.
Well, she doesn't know that. Okay, the husband has passed away.
All right.
Now, so then they're like, okay, maybe, but then they have to figure out a way to talk to him, and that's complicated. Yeah. And essentially, he runs out of the hospital.
He flees.
And then Dr. Robbie, Noah Wiley, he goes chasing him, but then
he's so athletic.
He's so hot.
Yeah.
And he can't
sprints.
find him. And then, but he has a list. The older mother found this list of girls he had written about.
Ooh.
And so Dr. Robbie is he's kind of taking it seriously, but
so he's kind of an investigator and a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of taking it seriously, but he's like, I don't really want to, if I go to the police and ruin this boy's life for no reason.
Right.
That's his whole thing.
That's the conundrum.
Now, I don't want to spoil, okay, if you're watching The Pit and you're not caught up, pause right now.
Or fast forward.
By the end.
Pausing won't help you.
There's a mass shooting.
Oh, fuck.
And obviously we're meant to believe it's this kid.
Of course, red herring.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the way it's going to go, but the things you do for your kids, tell me, please, if you, it's not going to work for your kids because it's 2 hours. We know them. We know them, so it's trickier. But let's play it.
Let's play.
Because
this is a worst case scenario.
I think we have to play because I think everyone thinks this about their kid, that their kid is incapable of doing something really, truly horrendous. And that's
I don't
what the
think
mom was
that.
saying.
That's not my hang up.
Okay, well then let's say that you found a list of kids in the class.
Yeah.
What if it says I want to kill them and it's a list?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would ignore it. No, I'm teasing.
Oh my God.
I would sit down and we would talk for a long, long while.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge gap between I wish these people were dead and I'm going to kill these people.
Yes, there is.
And you're trying to figure that out.
Yep.
And then you're also trying to evaluate, do they have the means to do this? Well, how seriously are they? If I had an inkling at all that this was a possibility, I would move. I would take the kids. I would move away from all these people. I would get her in therapy, hardcore, and I would get a tutor to come finish her schooling until she got out of this adolescent phase, and we would be checking in. I would not call the police. Is that what you're wondering?
Well, how fast are you going to move? That day? Because, I think if they have this, need to kill.
Yeah, I also take them to school, so I could definitely pat her down.
That's true.
Yeah. People will be mad about that. I don't think the police have anything to add to make this situation better. I don't think removing her from the house and putting her in foster care is going to help. I don't think a state mandated counselor is going to help. I don't think jail time, I don't think they have a solution that would be appealing in this situation. They can't that's not what they do. So involving them, I'm not sure what that would get us. I'm going to remove her from the school. I'm going to make sure those kids are safe and we move. But there's no services that the city offers that are going to help her in this situation. And I just would want to help her.
Oh, I guess I don't know enough about that to know if that's true.
Homicidal teens?
Well, no, about like what the police could do preemptively.
We'll think it through. Let's think of what they could possibly do.
If they have a list like that, I think they could arrest them. I don't know if you can arrest them based on that. I don't know, actually. I think you could because it's like premeditated.
Attempted, I don't know. Intent versus attempted. It's not attempted if she made a list. I don't know.
No, it's not attempted.
But regardless, sending her to jail is not going to help.
Well, it is gonna help protect the other kids.
Well, I'm going to remove her from those other kids.
I just think removing her from the situation isn't gonna. So yes, I guess it would protect those kids. Maybe. I mean, she might just like leave and go kill them. Like, how can you know for sure? Just because you moved?
Well, I'd be moving to many states away.
Okay, but what if then she kills at the? Oh, you said you're gonna do a personal.
This
what
is
if
like
she kills
I did
the
a Jonathan Haidt really quick. I thought of all the ways that.
I don't think you really did. Like in real life.
Yeah.
If you moved some states over, unless you like literally kept her in her bedroom,
right?
She's gonna be out in the world.
Well, yes, at a later date with a lot of therapy and assessment.
The therapy is going to be interesting.
Here's a broader question. Do you think, this is a broader, dicier, scarier question.
Okay. Do
you think it's possible that a kid could have those feelings and intentions in 11th grade and then grow out of that? I think I'm inclined to think yes. Now, I'm not saying everyone would, but I'm saying, do I think that's a possibility? Do I think there's crazy, hormonal, confused, in a worse situation they're going to be in their whole life, kids that will be different as 20-year-olds? I do.
I think that is a possibility.
I think my main obligation is to protect any innocent kids from getting hurt.
Yes.
And once I've achieved that, I think I feel fine on my own to be trying to help her through it. And I don't think the state would be helpful in that process. Some people will be screaming, "You're rich, you can do that." Yeah, but the question is, what would I do?
Yeah, but I guess if I had a kid at that school and my kid was on that list, you then just taking her away, I don't think would cause me much peace. I think I would have more peace
if the
knowing
kid was
that kid was in juvie versus their parents decided to take them a couple states over and like take it on and get therapy. Like, look,
5 states over.
Okay, 5 states over, and also
Arizona, New Mexico.
I am conflicted because also I agree that I think like a good therapist and a different, a safer environment for that kid is actually going to probably result in a better outcome for that kid.
Yeah. And all hands on deck.
Like, I get that. And I get, if that's my kid, I'm like, fuck that. That kid needs to be away and like, oh, that's it.
And for how long? So you're buying yourself like a temporary peace of mind.
Well, all of it's temporary. If you go and you take your kid there, again, they're not going to like live in their room for another 50 years.
Right.
So that's also
kind of times out the same. It's like by the time they'd be letting a kid out of juvie for having made a list.
Yeah.
Would be the same time Lincoln would be entering the real world as an adult.
Yeah. So I guess I would feel like I think there needs to maybe be some putting away during that time.
Confinement.
Just to make sure.
I get it. I'm just being very honest about what I would do. I would break a lot of laws for my kids. I would kill for my kids. I wouldn't kill otherwise.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things I
Right.
would do.
Yeah.
I would steal. I would do anything.
I don't think I'd be able to like kill another innocent person. I don't think I could do that.
Innocent. They have to be threatening your child for this to work. I wouldn't. If my kid said, I don't like the grocer, will you kill him? I would not do that.
Yeah.
All right. This is feeding into your anxiety a little bit, I think.
What if at the grocery store
Yeah.
she pulls a gun?
Oh, wow. Okay, this is a lot. So at the grocery store, Lincoln has a firearm.
Ugh, I hate this story.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she has a firearm. She hates the grocer.
Yeah.
Mainly because he
Doesn't sell ripe pears.
No, there's something about his face she just really doesn't like.
Okay, that reminds me of Turning Point, but continue.
Okay. And she pulls out a gun and is about to shoot him.
Yeah, I tackle her.
No. This is the grocer then pulls out a gun
Okay.
to protect himself.
Yeah.
You're there
Yeah.
with your own gun.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And I have the opportunity to shoot him before
I think
he
so.
shoots her. That's a good one. You came up with a good one.
Like she's
that one's
the
really
one.
hard.
It is, right?
That one's really hard. Good job.
Would you ever maybe shoot her in the foot
Oh.
so that like she drops her gun?
I would just tackle her so he knew the threat was over and that he didn't have to shoot her.
Okay, that's your plan.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be very hard to kill the grocer if she pulled out a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, he has a gun to your kid. Like
Yeah. Oh, okay, Turning Point.
Oh, sorry, you started
This is what I learned.
I think.
So when Ukraine had their first elections, there was a pro-West candidate, and forgive me because I've forgotten these names, or I can't pronounce them to begin with.
Okay.
And then there was a pro-Russia candidate.
Okay.
The pro-Western candidate was leading by a lot. They poisoned him.
Who did?
Russia.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
And his face.
Yeah.
Have you ever
use
seen
that-
this guy?
No, but they use that
He
poison
lived
a lot.
through it.
Ew.
But his whole face became inflamed and atrophied. I mean, they turned him temporarily into a monster.
Ugh, so awful.
Can you fucking believe that's what they...
Yes, they do this.
I know, it's maddening.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Oh my God. Oh, so what are the ethics of this? I wish someone would assassinate Putin so bad.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But he's inflicting
He's killing
harm.
so many people. Yeah.
Now, do you think I could go to jail for saying that I want Putin dead?
No. You're just not allowed to say that about our president.
But it's kind of the same as the boy saying...
The list.
Yeah.
Right. So what if they found in my bedroom a list and I said must
Putin.
kill and I intend to kill Putin?
What can they do?
I think they'd probably give me $100 for a plane ticket.
I know. That's the thing. Well, actually, no, not currently.
Why?
Our government is not anti-Putin.
Well, our government is our leader doesn't seem to
who
be...
makes all the decisions.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some facts.
Let's do some facts.
This is for Herman.
Oh, Herman.
I loved Herman. Learned a lot. Okay, Gigantopithecus.
Yes.
I have largest ape to ever live, estimated to have stood about 10 feet tall and weighed over 500 pounds.
Oh my God. I want to see one so bad.
Yeah, I know.
I really want to see one.
When you do your time machine, you could go back and see one.
I could. I bet they're going to be hard for me to find, but I guess I'll know exactly where the bones are.
It says they're wandering the thick forests of ancient China during the last ice age. So you'd have to go back there.
That's not bad. This was
You'd have
16,000
to wear
years
a
ago or
coat.
something. Yeah. Some definite North Face gear, like I were going to Antarctica.
Exactly.
Boy, I'd love to see one. And they might think I was cute and not threatening, and they'd be nice to me, and then they could hug me the way I was saying I would like to be hugged.
Oh,
And maybe even rock to sleep.
you wouldn't feel scared and threatened?
I would, but if I noticed that they thought I was cute and tiny, I would appeal to their Sense of safety. That's the point I was making about 2 months ago.
Right.
That you only act terrible when you're scared.
Yeah.
Or hungry.
Yeah.
They might want to eat me.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're like a little piece of bread. Okay, now malnutrition is bad for you.
Yeah.
School-age children who suffered from early childhood malnutrition have generally been found to have poorer IQ levels, cognitive function, school achievement, and greater behavioral problems than matched controls, and to a lesser extent, siblings. The disadvantages last at least until adolescence.
Yeah, at least. They're not going to get better.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Your brain's already
that's
formed.
when your brain is
Yeah.
so mushy.
Ugh.
It's just trying to form is all.
It's not a fair planet.
See?
See?
That's what the smart mouse says.
It's not a fair planet.
Probably not. Okay, that's it.
That was it. Okay, that was light.
Light and easy.
Easy peasy. All right.
We like Herman and we like each other.
Yeah, we like each other. You have some anxiety, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It'll pass.
It'll pass. It will.
Tomorrow you'll be feeling 10 feet tall and bulletproof.
Gigantopithecus? All right, love you.
All right,
bye.
love you.